Presented by Horns and Hooves Entertainment. You're watching Bob Hansen, Tom Uchek, Sean O'Malley, Adam Fitzgerald, and Andy Van Meer. You still up? Live. It's Buffalo After Dark.
Welcome to Buffalo After Dark, everybody. It's our new night Thursdays, and we actually went live on the wrong channel originally. So, anyways,
all because Tom was a dumbass to put it in his own file.
yeah. But anyways, it's gonna be a fun night because we are talking about the Seattle Kraken. We're gonna do the mock draft in a few moments, but of course we're gonna cover of course the sports news. Bobby, Adam, how's it going? How you like the fun and festivities so far?
I'm enjoying myself. I actually made myself a smoothie. I have bananas, strawberries, peanut butter, a little bit of almond milk on here, and some honey, and it actually is quite delicious, in fact.
Yeah, everybody knows you're the fucking queer. You don't need to fucking tell them.
Everyone knows you're a part of the Three Musketeers. We already know that.
If you feel like you need a back rub anytime, I think Tom.
Scottish accent. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Nice.
Okay, why is that playing?
Yep. And for anyone wondering what I'm drinking, it's Sam Adams Summer Ale.
Oh, that sounds great.
Oh, it is. Stuff will get you drunk after a few years.
It sounds Scottish.
Hope of the day, matey. Right. Anyways, of course, if you guys want to call in, you know the deal. You can give us a shout. Of course, we are live on Facebook right now, and of course, your comments, phone calls are all welcome. Link is in the chat. So, of course, feel free to hit us up, join us, and of course, we'll go from there. But anyways, a lot of news that we wanted to talk about before we get to the draft. So, of course, one of the biggest things that ended up happening this week is within the past couple days, we did have the passing of Rene Robert, and of course, he was inducted class of 1989 with the Sabres, and unfortunately, the news came out the other day that he ended up passing away from having a massive heart attack, and he was down in Florida. And just to kind of give an idea of his career stats, 744 games played, 284 goals, 418 assists, 702 points overall. And his best year was actually with the Sabres when he ended up playing 1972-1973, 75 games played, 40 goals, 43 assists, 83 points. And then he followed that up in 1974-1975, 74 games played, but he had 40 goals, 60 assists, and 100 points. And he had, after that, the next two seasons, he had 35 and 33 goals respectively. So definitely one of the French connection. Of course, he ended up playing with of course, Gilbert Perreault and Rick Martin. So unfortunately, Gilbert Perreault is the only one left out of that line that's still here with us. But all I could say is to Rene Robert, Godspeed, my man. And thank you for your contributions.
Damn straight. For Rene Robert.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he was an outstanding fucking gentleman. He is a legend, and he'll be forever remembered in a Scottish. But I'll go dancing in my Scottish kilt tonight, and I'll play my bagpipes.
Apologize in advance for the racist stereotypes.
It's not racist when I say I play my bagpipes.
Might as well just do it in a Jamaican accent.
I play my bagpipes every day, at least 3 times a day. I whack it in the sink, I whack it in the shower, I whack it wherever I can.
You're not even Scottish.
Oh man. So then, of course, besides that, obviously, right now the Jack Eichel trade scenario, the trade sweepstakes, that's still ongoing. But we know one thing: Columbus is definitely out.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today. I'm like, well, Columbus had a lot of hype going into the sweepstakes, but I still stand by my ground about who I think he's going to go to, and that is the Anaheim Ducks. I even seen reports where it seems like the Chicago Blackhawks are in the ring now. I've seen the Ottawa Senators, and I've seen the Seattle Kraken, but I firmly think that the Ducks are probably the best presentable team to go out and get Jack Eichel. That's just my opinion, of course.
I kind of feel like, if Jack Eichel was a movie star, he'd be Mel Gibson in Braveheart. He'd be the one at the front going, freedom, and everybody would be following him. Because I can guarantee you now, I'll tell you this right now, Jack Eichel was never going to Columbus. Columbus doesn't have the stones. They don't have the stones to take on Jack Eichel. They didn't have the assets to take him on. I kind of feel like I agree with Bobby for once in 100 fucking years.
I saw that earlier today.
To take him on. I kind of feel like I agree with Bobby for once in 100 fucking years. Why the fuck do I hear myself in the background?
Yeah, really.
Oh, I don't know what that was, but anyways, carry on.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck is happening to this fucking fuck?
I'm looking at it like,
son, matey.
yeah, it's like he says one thing and I say it next, and then it's just like,
Oh,
No, but like, what's going on? Are you guys hearing the same thing that I'm hearing?
if you are, please leave it in the comment section down below. We love to hear feedback on this.
right. I mean, right now, I mean, I have 3 screens running, and the one that's actually the live feed is muted. So I just hear our feed, which is about 10 seconds ahead of what everyone else sees on Facebook. So
Well, I'm
Yeah.
just saying though, like I wasn't the only person that heard me say it like twice, right?
Right.
I did hear a little bit of feedback on there. So
That is fucking fucked up. It's creepy. It's fucking creepy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty creepy. But yeah, so as I was saying about Jack Eichel, and that was, I think Chicago could be in the running for Jack Eichel, and I think Seattle would be in the mix as well. But I think strongly that and I'll stand by my ground until it happens, that I think the Anaheim Ducks are the front runners to get Jack Eichel. And that's just my personal opinion.
I'll give you a fucking Nylander straight up.
Of course you would.
I'll give you a first, and I'll give you a second, and I'll give you Nylander straight up.
hey,
All right, now we only need one member left. There's Andy, and he's got John Tavares on there. He's trolling you, Adam.
Of course he is. He's always trolling my ass.
He is
Hello,
trolling
Johnny
you.
boy. Hello, Johnny boy. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you, old boy?
I'm doing quite fine. Just having a couple ales, dancing in my kilt, playing the bagpipe.
Aye, my friend. Aye.
he's got
Yeah, just give you a heads up, Andy. He's using a Scottish accent the whole night.
Yeah,
I've
this is
noticed
what
you
I'm
a
doing.
little bit.
I will be Scottish for the rest of this podcast.
Ain't that lovely? Now we just have one player left to worry
Hey,
about.
Adam, what kind of weed you smoking tonight along the go with that Scottish accent?
I'd just be smoking this. It's just some regular fucking, pretty fucking dank shit. It's called what's it called? Polar Mint a Breeze. So I don't know what the fuck that is. It's some kind of indica strain. It makes you high as fuck. It makes you laugh and makes you talk in a Scottish accent, apparently.
Sounds like something you spray when you take a shite.
Well, yes. Like I rub it on my balls, and I kind of want to play my bagpipes, and it makes me play better.
Congratulations, boyo.
We're in
Yes.
for a long night. We're in for a long night.
So what are we talking about, lads?
Yeah. Hey, Bobby, are you getting pretty annoyed already? Get fucked. You seem like you're in a grumpy mood.
Yo, are you surprised? Because I do get annoyed pretty often, but with you guys at this point, I'm just so used to it.
Well, I can't say me in a Scottish accent, so I'll just go.
Good. You could suck my balls. You could take that fucking accent and shove it up your fucking ass with your me bullshit.
Well, isn't that the strawberry
You see, Andy, it only took one little me to set him off.
Oh, Bobby Baker, what are we gonna do with you, boyo?
Yeah, we don't know. You want some oatmeal? I got some good oatmeal you can have.
Great.
Oh man.
So what's the subject right now, boys?
Yeah. So anyway, what I was trying to say is that I actually have a comment I want to share from our very own Ryan Coghill, and he said this about the Vancouver Canucks. He said that he's heard that Vancouver is interested in Sam Reinhart and is intrigued by a package with Rasmus Ristolainen. Vancouver would have to clear up cap space to get this done, but they're looking for immediate impact players, and they feel that Sam and Risto are them. And Vancouver has the second best goaltending candidate in a trade behind the LA Kings for me, with Michael DiPietro is former Sabres prospect Cal Peterson, and DiPietro is a must for me to initiate a trade with Vancouver regarding Reinhart.
Well, I'll just say this because I don't think in a goddamn hell that Vancouver will ever let this happen. But at the same time, this trade's never going to happen. Never in a million fucking years is Vancouver going to give up what you want for Sam Reinhart and Ristolainen. It's like giving up Mel Gibson and Braveheart. You just don't give up the captain, you know?
You know who you remind me of? You remind me of that guy, Adam Kuzer, who I watch on YouTube, and he's from Ireland, and he sounds exactly like that.
This is Scottish, goddammit. This is not Irish.
Well, he's from Ireland, and
I wear a kilt. I let my balls hang. I am not Irish.
Well, in my eyes, you're Irish.
Well, you get fucked because nobody cares what you think.
Ah, you broke the fourth wall. There you go.
The Scottish Islander.
Oh man.
See, Tom, I can easily get away with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go on to the next stuff too, of course, we guys want you to call in. So if you're watching, feel free to join us. And of course, 929-205-6099, meeting ID and passcodes in the chat. So of course, hit us up. We'd love to talk to you. And we'd love to bust your balls a little bit too.
Yo, call in. I'll fucking bust your balls. I'll fucking talk all about the oatmeal and the hockey. You know?
And currently the Montreal Canadiens and the Vegas Golden Knights are tied 0-0.
I should just be really insulting, but I'm not going to do it because it's not Mike 1.
You want to shit on my Scottish heritage? Is that what you want to do right now?
No, I was going to do something really offensive, but I'm just not going to do it.
No, it's not a kid-friendly show. You might as well just go ahead and do it.
Well, if you want me, okay. You know what, Tom? You want me to just say it out loud, or do you want me to just text it to you?
No, I want you to do it right now.
It's up to you. I mean, besides, we did run.
Somebody's putting their big hairy pants on.
Don't be a pussy, motherfucker.
All right. Well, I was going to say this. If you're going to insult a Scottish person, I may as well do the complete opposite and use a Jewish accent, despite the fact I'm not even Jewish. But that's a terrible thing to say.
Ooh, man.
Well, Bobby took it to a different level, but everybody knows here that we don't get all butt hurt, so we'll just move on from that.
Yeah, so let me try that. So you can shut the fuck up.
Oh my God. That was the worst accent I've ever heard in my life.
Well, I was trying to fix up my phlegm, but I'm not going to be like that. So with that being
something else.
Yeah, so that
Why do you bring up Jews over Scottish people? I don't understand where the correlation to that was relevant.
Because I'm trying to be a rebel.
Well, you're a fucking stupid rebel, aren't you?
You told me to say it, so I said okay, I'll just say it.
I didn't think you were going to bring up a Jew. I thought you were going to say something clever.
That's why I just said, never mind. Let's move on. No. Say it, mate. Say it. And there you go.
By the way, mate is like Australian, by the way.
Yeah, well, I could have just done this. I could have just done the whole video by just using the form of phlegm, but I'm not going to do that because that's wrong. So, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, nobody watch this shit. This is terrible. Bobby's talking in a dialect that I don't want to hear right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone watching is like, well, we did show you the disclaimer. Something like this could happen. So you can't say you didn't know about it.
Well, you did say to me, just say it, so I might as well just do it. And there you go. And Adam's like, what the fuck, man? Hey, I'm just going by our rules.
Right.
Anyways, I'm sure John Goodman is watching right now. John Goodman's like, "Oh, I'm gonna comment on everything, but I'm not gonna call in because I'm a pussy."
No, he's like, I'm gonna comment. I need the pussy.
Hey, where are you, John Goodman? You hiding out in the Hostess Twinkies?
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, so the price tag for Jack Eichel actually got revealed, and this is according to Jimmy Murphy. He said the Sabres could be asking for a top 6 center, a top 4 defenseman, both at the end of the age of 25, a first-round pick, and various prospects.
You know, I went to school with a Jimmy Murphy. He was about 3 years younger than me. We went to the same public school, and I think at one point his mom kind of hit on me, and I didn't know what to do, so I just took my cock out and put it in her mouth.
Yep. And it's 1-0 Canadians.
Okay, what did I just stumble into?
Oh, hello, so Matty. Welcome aboard, lad.
Welcome to Scotland. Welcome to Scotland. You come into a good place.
Bro, don't even ask questions, man. He
It's
did.
my island.
What a perfect time to come into the conversation. You just came into the middle of me talking about Jimmy's mom and the cock in the mouth.
Oh man.
I could freaking tell.
Well, I will say this: you actually came in at a good time because you don't want to know what the last 5 minutes was.
Yeah, it's been pretty fucked up. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Well,
Been a wee bit of fun.
maybe it's best that I don't.
You find the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but there was no pot of gold, just a bobby.
Ah, fuck my life. John killed
Oh
me.
man.
Hey.
Did you boys see what they wrote in the NHL news update?
What?
Beat this
What?
guy.
Did you guys see what they wrote in the NHL news update? They
Yeah,
breaking
it's
news
a-
5 hours ago. Did
Yeah,
you guys
it's
see
one
it?
of the. It's actually one of the Canadians.
Canadians. What Canadians?
Canadian.
No, I'm talking about what they wrote for breaking news. Yeah, Hefford, what are you talking about?
Are we doing Punjabi now, or are we doing like Scotty still?
I don't know what you two are doing, but I'm just saying at this point. I mean, you guys are just probably fucking around with your accents, and then we're just trying to get to the draft and just cover everything what we need. So
I was trying to tell you what they put on the book of face.
the Book of Face is that even English?
Yes, breaking news 5 hours ago. According to Aaron Portsline, there are numerous sources. As of today, the Blue Jackets are out, and the Jack Eichel sweeps.
Yeah, we already talked about that a couple of minutes
Did you?
ago.
Oh, okay. I did not know. I'm sorry.
Dude, you sound like
No,
a
you
speaker.
damn goal. You deserve 100 lashings for fucking that up.
Great.
Well, I am my island.
Yeah.
Oh man.
My island. It's my island.
It's my
Yeah,
island.
These two are having way too much fun.
Man, did they drink more than I did?
You have
think
to
they had-
understand the fucking reference. In Braveheart when the guy's like trying to kill him and the guy comes up, he's like, "Well, it's my island. It is my island." He's from Ireland, and yeah. Anyways, moving on.
All right. So actually, we did get a comment in the chat, and Trainer, our buddy, ends up chiming in. He wanted to ask us, like, are Adam and Andy both high?
I think that's a good
I
question.
am
to
not.
ask.
I don't.
Well,
I'm high on life, sir.
No, but you're very prejudiced right now.
well, to answer your question, there's Mr. John Goodman. If you weren't such a fucking pussy, you could actually come on a call. You could actually give me a comment and say, hey, am I high? But you know what? Maybe I am high, maybe I'm not. But if you're gonna be a pussy, if you're just gonna comment on every video and not come in, you're a fucking pussy. And I have zero respect for you, John Goodman. I'm gonna start calling you Peter Griffin.
Oh, man.
Vegas just tied the game, if you're wondering.
I know. I just saw the goal. Amazing little tip by what's his name? Oh, Riley Smith. Riley Smith. Good lad.
Was it just a tip?
Oh, and he gave Gary Price a little nudge on the head when he came down with it.
Oh, he gave him a nog. He gave him a nudge on the noggin. Wow. Good.
Also, boys, I wanted to know. I know you covered it, but what did you think of that trade? Was it worth it?
Probably not.
No. Fifth overall pick and a good goalie.
They probably would have had to give up more for him, but it is what it is.
Right.
What was I going to say? So in process of all this, because there's a lot to cover, then football, and then the draft. So let's do that. So Kirill Kaprizov could end up leaving the Minnesota Wild for the CSKA Moscow in the KHL.
I don't know who the fuck that is, and I don't give two fucks.
You don't know who Kirill Kaprizov is, Adam? Are you fucking serious?
I know he's the rookie that had a fucking great season. I know all about the guy. I'm just saying, like, I want to get to the expansion draft, and I don't have all fucking night, so let's go.
The wee lad.
Well, maybe if you weren't such a fucking racist, you'd shut the fuck up for 10 minutes. God.
Oh my lord.
Fuck.
Ireland.
How do you deal with these idiots, Tom? Like, how do you deal with these guys?
I don't know.
Ireland.
I got an idea. Let's get through the stories real quick too. We'll go through the stories. I'm gonna possibly do a mute for a moment and
Yes, please mute them for 15 fucking years.
all right, let's get through the stories real quick. So of course we covered a little bit of the NHL, but of course if anyone wants to jump in and talk about the mock draft coming up, of course you can dial 929-205-6099. Hopefully them two guys their highness wears off. And boy, I'm like, oh my lord.
They are high as fuck. Let's just put it that way.
But
I I'm not even that high, but sure.
But anyways, let's get through a couple of stories real quick. So basically what we're going to do is football. One of the big things that came out this week was a possible replacement for Highmark Stadium. And that's something where right now there was some speculation with some of the Rochester media that they were going to actually do an open air stadium in Orchard Park. Now, what happened is, I know Ryan Coggill, our friend, me and him had a little bit of back and forth on our site earlier in the week, and basically it came down to Mike Catalana, and then there's also some others in the Rochester media that were saying that this is a true plan, but a lot of the Buffalo media still hasn't reported that as of yet. So it could still be a downtown stadium. It could still be in Orchard Park. One thing that is for certain, though, we are getting a new stadium, but we just don't entirely know yet because the Bills haven't even announced it yet. They haven't said if it's going to be a multi-purpose stadium or if it's going to be open air or what the deal is. But just wanted to get your thoughts on it, and let's talk about it a little bit. What do you guys want to see?
I'm up for anything, really. I mean, at this point, I would rather see a retractable roof on certain games. But if they're that determined to do an outdoor stadium, I would just leave it wide open.
Okay.
Okay, are we allowed to talk, or are we going to get muted again?
Yeah, well, tell Andy to unmute himself.
I feel like every time I talk, I'm getting muted. Anyways,
I know.
Anything that's better than what you have, which is basically nothing right now, is better than what you have. So anything you can put towards a stadium that's better for them is probably the route you should go.
Yeah, and it's apparently the people that are going to be working on this is Jerry Jones and the same people who worked on SoFi Stadium.
Yep. Get ready
I
for
mean,
Well, that
I'm
sounds
all,
like a whole malarkey. So a bunch of malarkey.
Joe Biden.
the sports group. So, and then
well, I mean,
yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm like, I mean, I'm all for it, honestly, as long as they keep it open air, and I mean, I wouldn't mind a retractable roof as well, but as far as it being, as far as as far as like location is concerned, I honestly would prefer for them to stay in Orchard Park and probably build it in another area, but another spot in the area, and I don't know. I just can't. I honestly can't really see an open Bill Stadium in downtown. I mean, with the way with the way traffic might be, and I mean, come on, Buffalo. I mean, Buffalo's not really a big city, if you know what I mean.
right.
Yeah, it's
So
really not that big.
Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah,
I
so
don't
they
know
would
what
have to
you
build a
guys.
big old.
I
mean,
don't
I'm
know
just
what
saying
you
they would
guys
have to build a.
consider big.
All right. Yeah. All right. Matt or Sean, go ahead.
Yeah, like I was saying, they would have to build like a big old parking lot if they were to do it in downtown Buffalo, and chances are it's going to be a freaking mess trying to find a spot there. You
No.
know,
Yeah.
so I say they keep it in Orchard Park.
Yeah. Now, an interesting thing that came out is, I mean, of course, over the last few years, the Bagulas have been buying up a lot of land downtown, and then there was also Pat Freeman, who is in local sports media as well. He has his own show weekly, and he actually was part of a proposal with George Hatziotis, who's no longer with us, but he was part of a proposal to build a multi-use stadium and convention center that has a retractable roof on it. And their idea was to actually have it right on the waterfront, just right outside of downtown. So it would still be accessible from downtown. You're still close enough to downtown. And I know that a lot of the local politicians basically just dismissed it outright, at least to this point. But there was a lot of things that I really liked about their proposal. And the fact is, it's right on the lake. I mean, it's multi-use. You can use it for so many different things. Takes care. It's privately owned, privately financed. So that's another good thing. So it's less that, we would have to be paying for it. And it's just the overall concept. I always liked it from day one. And then a lot of people were saying, well, you'd have to upgrade this, you'd have to upgrade that. Well, the other thing also keep in mind too, I mean, the train is being extended north. So that's going to go all the way up to past UB North Campus. So that's already underway. And with the final planning stages, and then basically there's also the plan of extending it south. So I mean, there's ways that they can work around it. I've always been for a downtown stadium, honestly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like what they have in Orchard Park, but I've always liked that downtown setup where basically get enough land for it and have it right outside the downtown, then by all means go for it, But in either way, the current situation has to be improved.
Absolutely. Without a doubt.
Yep. Hey,
Are
Jeff,
they alive?
what do you think? Or did Andy pass out?
Are Andy and Adam alive?
I mean, they're definitely on. They're not muted.
Yeah, so it's you, me, and Sean as of right now. What about these two? Oh, there you go. Yeah, they're alive.
Okay.
Good grief.
Many years from now, would you be willing to trade all of it from this day to that for one chance?
What are you watching?
Braveheart.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Okay. This will be a copyright strike on YouTube.
Yeah, no copyright infringement. It was only like 20 seconds.
Fine speech.
Oh,
What we do?
although it's interesting because actually 4 of our shows got hit with copyright on YouTube, and they actually had to mute out a segment on each of those episodes.
Oh, get fucked, YouTube. Go
Yeah.
fuck yourselves.
Yeah, even worse was when they ended up hitting the copyright when we had the Snoop Dogg playing the one day.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
boy.
really though?
Mhm.
Jesus.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Well, I guess we're getting copyrighted again because I just paid a clip for Braveheart.
Right. Although, actually, before we get into the draft, it's like, anyone see that new Snoop Dogg commercial about how he talks about, it's like he did a commercial with Vivint, the security company, and that basically is talking about how easy it is to install, and he has more time for weeding, aka smoke.
Who gives a fuck?
I haven't
Dogg.
seen it.
Snoop Dogg is the life I want to live. I want Snoop
Who
Dogg's
gives a-
life.
Who gives a fuck? He's irrelevant.
How is he irrelevant? He's the most
Whoa.
calm, relevant fucking guy on the fucking planet, man. All he does is smoke weed and go around the planet and smoke weed.
Right.
Guy is a fucking legend.
I remember one.
He sounds like a freaking. Exactly. That's all he.
Well, still though, Snoop Dogg, he's like a lot of fun to listen to. And actually, I remember one time he was on a YouTube show, and what ended up happening is he talked about how there's only one guy that can smoke more than him, and that's Willie Nelson.
Well, Willie Nelson's like oh my god, he's unkillable. He's like Chuck Norris.
Right.
Jesus.
Right? Still kicking and breathing.
Yep.
I
Willie
kind of
Nelson.
feel like, here's my solution. If the world ends tomorrow, it's going to be because Betty White died and Chuck Norris died.
Betty White.
I'm telling you now, man. Once those people die, just look at it. Like, if you lose Betty White and you lose Chuck Norris, and then like, my God, we're in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, I think.
Sorry, guys.
That did when more died. Yeah, I'm doing
All
Star
right,
Trek.
stop your finger shit. No, nobody cares what your Star Trek shit. Shut the fuck
I
up.
mean, Betty White turns 100 next
I don't
year.
even like Star Trek. I'll just say that for a fact. Straightforward, just the way it is.
Betty White.
And of course,
is a
the idiot is on his
goddamn
fucking phone during the show.
What?
Yep. Anyway, so let's. Well, he's doing that before we get into the next week. As of today, the Seattle Kraken have hired their first ever NHL coach. Oh boy! So
Mhm.
the Kraken, of all people, have decided to hire Maple Leafs assistant coach and former head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, Dave Haxtell, as their first ever coach. So, Sean, you're rocking the Kraken jersey like normal. What do you think of the hire?
I'm all good with it. And yeah, you DM'd me on Instagram. Wow. I mean, I'm impressed.
I just sent you the
Well-
information, and then that's that.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Okay,
Damn straight.
can I put in my personal opinion on this matter?
Yes, because you're a Leafs fan, you deserve something. Go.
Okay, I think, Sean, no offense to you, but I think this was probably the worst hire you could have made. I think that Ron Francis that made the worst decision that he could have made because he had so many better options out there. I kind of feel like he could have hired my 14-year-old daughter, and she probably could have coached better.
Andy, do you have any thoughts?
I mean,
Who, me?
Yeah, your name is Andrew, isn't it?
Yeah, and you
Maybe.
spoil opinion.
Ah, Steven is my name. But no, I don't like the hire. Plenty other good candidates. I know he's got a decent resume for coaching, but there are plenty of other big candidates to choose from. I think they kind of whiffed on this, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, who knows? There could be a fucking weird fucking anomaly. They could be doing better. Who knows?
Yeah, possibly. But like, I feel like to me, the Kraken a different route. They could have went for Rick Tocchet. They could have went for Bruce Boudreau. They could have went for any of those other coaching candidates. But instead, there was no rumors, no reports about Dave Haxtell whatsoever. I mean, in all honesty, who thought Dave Haxtell was going to get hired over those guys?
No, well, I did.
I
I
didn't.
definitely did. I definitely think the guy's he's a one pump chump, and I think he's like a fucking excuse for a fucking coach. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, Rick Tocchet had 3 interviews. I can't believe he didn't go with.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, obviously they didn't look too much into it.
Well, I mean, for me, I probably would have hired Bruce Boudreau or John Tortorella, but
Yeah,
it's
fuck
Ron
Tortorella.
Francis.
Fuck Tortorella. He can go to fuck himself on a high horse with my dick up his ass, but he's a fucking goof.
He's a pube. Of course he would say that. I mean, that's the old-fashioned way. But, you know, though, honestly, Sean, do you think the Kraken would be any successful with what they currently have with Hackstall until they assemble the roster?
Honestly, I don't see them pulling Las Vegas Golden Knights when they first entered the league. I think it might take maybe like a few years for them to get where they want to be. So, but time will tell.
Well, damn straight. We'll find out within 1 month. But, of course, we have our own expansion draft going on tonight, our own mock draft. But this fuck over there is on his phone, and we can't do shit until he gets off of it. But for the time being, good thing, too, because there is actually a lot of speculation going out. And one speculation, according to Kevin Whitley, he's currently believing, and he currently works for the Daily Faceoff and writes for NHL.com. He believes that the Seattle Kraken will have a good shot at Atlantic Sabres goaltender Linus Ullmark this offseason. And Seattle's goaltending scout, Andrew Allen, was a goaltending coach for the Sabres from 2015 to 2019. Thoughts?
You know, fuck. It's not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick for him. I'd take Linus Ullmark. I would. And you know what? My pick in one of the picks in the draft, folks, that I picked was Jonathan Quick. I kind of feel like he could back him up. And it's a good tandem, I think.
What, Quick?
Quick and Ullmark.
Well, we'll see what happens. But regardless of the situation, you know, Ullmark could very well be available, but we'll find out down the road. And for the time being, the Vancouver Canucks have announced that Daniel and Henrik Sedin had joined the hockey operations department as special advisors to the GM. In other words, they're going to help Jim Benning be actually doing something for his job for the Vancouver Canucks because, you know, fan recognition, of course.
I have a little bit to say about this because I don't think that the Sedin brothers are at a point in their fucking career or their lives to be in any kind of advisor to anything because, yeah, they had pretty good careers, but they still can't speak English after being in the fucking country for like fucking 20 years. So, no, this is a stupid choice and a stupid bad decision. So,
what about you, Andy?
Ullmark.
What? You broke up.
Sorry, you talking about Ullmark goal?
no, the Sedins.
No, we're past that.
Oh,
we're
the
talking
Sedins. I'm sorry.
We're talking about Daniel. We're talking about the Sedins.
Good for them.
They're going to be advisors.
No, that's a great thing. You want good players to come back in a role like Sedins and be that helping hand for these GMs. They should have something like that. I think other teams have something like that. And, you know, a lot of these GMs.
Fix your fucking internet.
Sorry, I got new internet.
Well, fix it because it's shit at the moment.
I can't fix it. I'm not tech support.
Tom.
Nice.
Whatever.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so JT Brown, who played for the Tampa Bay Lightning for the last couple of years, has decided to retire at the age of hockey, and he will become the first TV color analyst for the Seattle Kraken.
Oh my God, what a terrible choice.
Yep, and I'm going to send that to Sean right now as we speak.
JT
I think I
Brown.
read it somewhere before. Yes, I read it somewhere yesterday. I mean,
It's
What
whatever.
a fucking
You know,
terrible
he's
choice.
going to be an analyst.
You may as well just pick Jim Carrey and be like, hey, Jim Carrey, want to come in and be a hockey color commentary guy? Like, come on in, man. Like, fuck me. Better people, Mark Mansfield and fucking JT Brown. Yo, like, you need to fucking look deeper, for fuck's sakes. You could put, like, a goddamn chimpanzee that's probably going to put better color commentating than this fucking guy will. Like, he'll be the most boring fucking commentator ever is in life.
Right.
Can
I
you hear
hear
me
you.
now?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yes, we hear you.
Okay, sorry.
Let's hope
What
your
I had to
internet's
say
not
about
fucking
this.
garbage. You're
Shut
gonna
up.
need your voice.
Shut up.
What? You shut up.
Shut up.
You shut up.
All right, what I was saying about this
Bobby,
Dean twins. It's
Yeah.
great.
Anyway.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Bobby,
Well, anyway,
tell
Mark
him about the
Messier.
last topic. Stop being a dick. He didn't hear it. Obviously, tell him about the fucking last topic. You're such a cunt.
I said it's a great thing for the Canucks to do. I wish more teams would have players like that in those roles to help him out with selecting players, and I think that's a great thing. That's a great thing for the Canucks. Love it.
Okay, well, you missed the last topic though when you were fucking with your internet. Bobby, you want to enlighten them on the last topic, please?
Yeah, fine, sure. So JT Brown is retiring at the age of 30, and he's going to be a color analyst on TV for the Seattle Kraken.
Excellent. Steve is
I
my
feel like
name.
the guy's
Oh,
so
there's your
boring.
answer.
That, I kind of feel like if the guy was watching, if I was watching porn and that guy was talking, I'd lose my boner.
You were watching porn when he did that? Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, if I was watching porn and his voice came on in my head, I'd lose my boner because his voice is so fucking annoying and he's so fucking dumb that like it would be like the weirdest fucking thing in my head right now that I can think of. That like this guy has no fucking people skills. He looks like a fucking, oh my god. You know what? Never mind. Move on.
I was going to say, at least he would do a better job than what he's doing now than Sam Darnold. Yeah. Anyway, so you know that ugly ass alternate jersey that the Oilers have, where the logo and the number and everything and the collar is orange and everything else is navy blue?
Why is it ugly?
The alternate jersey that the Oilers currently have?
Why is it ugly though? Is it ugly just for you or is it ugly for everybody?
It's ugly for every Oilers fan you can think of. Well, anyway, so the news is coming out is saying that it's expected that the Edmonton Oilers will make their third jerseys, their navy uniforms, their home jerseys for the 2021-22 season, because their alternate jersey is going to be a royal blue jersey from the 1980s.
Bring back the foot.
Damn straight. When is Tom going to get off so we can do this fucking draft? Seriously, he's being rude.
Why does Tom feel the need to talk to his fucking wife in the middle of every fucking podcast? Hey, Tom.
Seriously.
Get fucked.
This is guy time now.
This is our time.
Bros before hoes, Tom. Get fucked.
You're holding everybody up because of your fucking phone call. Anyway, so moving on. So moving on. Mark Messier got hired by ESPN today to be an analyst.
Another fucking boring commentator that comes in the fucking, or an analyst, or commentator, fucking whatever you want to call it. The guy can't talk his way out of a fucking paper bag that's wet.
You really don't like Mark Messier, do you?
No, I don't like when they put people in positions of being a talking people person, and they can't fucking talk. He's like the type of guy who's like, hey, eat my Wheaties. And that's all he says. And that's all everybody cares about.
Yeah. By the way, Tom just replied back to me. He said, sorry, it's my mom. I'll unmute it in a minute. I'm like, well, come on. We're all waiting. It's just, she's just letting me know when I have to pick her up at the airport on Saturday.
Well, fucking
really?
do that in the aftermath, Tom. Fucking text her. Be like, hey, mom, get fucked. I'm on a fucking podcast right now. I'm live recording. And there's a bunch of grumpy guys that can't be on a fucking podcast all night. So, yeah, hey, mom, I love you, but get fucked. Hang up the phone.
You would do that.
It's guy time, Mom.
Yep.
Yeah, bros before hoes, Tom.
Yeah. And then the last piece of hockey news before we get to the draft is, according to John Shannon of Sportsnet, he's saying that the NHL will be sending a draft of the new schedule to all teams this week, and the season is planning to start on October 12th. In fact, they will be sending 2 drafts, one with the Olympics in it and the other one with the Olympics out.
Okay, of course, because you know what? I'm not gonna fucking touch on this subject because it's so fucking dumb.
Okay, so moving on. So we already talked about the stadium, but let's talk about the requirements for the games.
Hey,
Bobby. So
Bobby.
the Bills came
By the
out this
way,
week after Cole Beasley's
Bobby, listen to me very carefully. You are a terrible host. Because I say I don't give a fuck about a topic doesn't mean you don't move on to the next person and ask them.
I'm just trying to get this going so we can have this fucking asshole.
We're waiting for Tom. It doesn't matter. You can say, hey, how many licks to the center of fucking Tootsie Pop? Like, it doesn't matter.
Guys, no, actually, my mom was calling.
Tom,
she's
from have an intervention.
Well, she was calling from
That's
Nashville,
Tom.
so she's coming back this weekend. So she's just letting me know when I gotta actually pick her up at the airport. So not a big deal. But she's on some other stuff. So
Tom, we need to have an intervention. You're with the boys. Bros before hoes.
Oh my god, but that's his mom though.
Now when it comes, come on, bro, what are you doing?
Good.
Why would you say that?
Dude, you're a fucking asshole, bro. Hey, it could be worse. Could be like the time when Adam said your mom wasn't good enough to be plowed properly.
Oh
Well,
yeah. I remember that.
What?
That was my mom, but she's married.
And apparently it was so bad to the point where it basically ended up causing them to go be chased away because of the scabies and all the other shit that they ended up finding.
Oh my god. Tom, are you drunk, Tom?
I'm actually not drunk, but anytime I do have a beer though, it actually brings out a whole funny side.
Plain speech. Now what do we do?
But that being said, guys, let's do the mock draft.
Finally!
All right.
As we do the draft, everybody. If you want to call in, absolutely let us know. 929-205-6099. Pick number 1 is up on the board.
Well, hold on. Before we get to those picks, Tom, I think people are going to be confused of who goes where. So I think it's best that we explain who picked who and what number order they're going to get in so that we don't confuse anybody else. You know what I'm saying?
You'll know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I think, but it is what it is. So here's how we broke this down. So yesterday, me, Sean, Adam, and Andy, because, well, we were all there, we decided to do a mock draft prior to doing the show. And we said to each other, instead of holding everybody off so that everybody picks their players, I said, why don't we just do a mock draft so that when we present it to everybody and have some heads roll, because there are going to be some picks in here that may end up doing that. I said, why don't we divide the numbers by 6? Because if there's 5 people and there are 31 teams, in this case, it's 30 teams, and there's 5 of us, we each get 6 teams. So to kind of give you an idea, Andy's going to be going – actually, no, the first one is Sean. So let me read you Sean's number, then I'm going to go in order. So Sean's first order is – where is it? I had it earlier today. Fuck. Oh, shit. Sorry about that, guys. I messaged Sean earlier about it earlier today. All right, never mind. So it doesn't matter. So we have picks. Andy, do you have? I'm not Andy. Tom, do you have the original? Tom, do you have the regular list?
So I know that.
Oh, I found it. Here we go.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. So so Sean's gonna go first. So it's numbers 1, 5, 11, 15, 20, and 30. And then for Andy, it's gonna be 3, 8, 9, 21, 24, 29. Adam is gonna be 6, 12, 14, 22, 23, and 27. And then for Tom, where the fuck did I put Tom? I think I messaged Tom earlier in this.
Yes, I know.
I did actually.
Yes, I know. I've got number 4 starting out.
Yeah, you're starting off at number 4. You'll find out as it progresses about who gets what number, because we did them in numeral order. So I should have just kept the original list. In fact, yeah, I think that's what I should have done was kept the original list. But we're gonna go from there. So Sean, you're gonna be the first one up. So you're representing the Anaheim Ducks with this pick. So Sean, do you have the original list from you from last night?
Let me see again, just to be sure. You did send it. You did send it to me. Yeah, here it is.
Yep.
Well, shoot. All right. Okay, so for my number 1 pick, I had Jakob
But what team?
Silverberg. Oh,
Yeah, but
Anaheim.
what team?
Anaheim Ducks. Wait, what? Anaheim Ducks.
Okay.
Oh, am I doing this right?
Okay, so you have the Anaheim Ducks taking Jakob Silverberg.
Yeah.
Dude, your internet's breaking up, man. Your internet's breaking up. Yeah,
Oh,
what did you say?
geez.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said
Jake Silverberg, for fuck's sake.
Jakob Silverberg from
Yeah,
Ireland.
he literally said Jakob Silverberg. Like
Well, I'm
3
sorry everyone's got shit Wi-Fi at the moment, so there you have it.
Yeah, mine's
All
actually a lot better than it used to. But then I just replaced it all.
There's a glitch in the matrix.
All right. So Silverberg is the first one off the board. He's being represented by the Anaheim Ducks. And number 2 is the Arizona Coyotes, which I own this pick. So this is what I got with. So from the Arizona Coyotes, I have the Seattle Kraken taking defenseman Nicholas Jarmison.
Not a bad pick.
So there you have it. So no, not at all. All right. Andy's up representing the Boston Bruins at number 3.
The third selection for the Seattle Kraken from the Boston Bruins. They proud to select Smith right wing.
All right. So Craig Smith.
Craig Smith. Man, his internet
Yeah.
sucks.
Andy sounded
Yeah.
like he had throat cancer at that point.
Okay, she'll get fucked.
I'm just saying.
Howdy,
Andy sounded like he had throat cancer.
Oh,
really? How does someone with throat cancer sound like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
oh God, you're reminding me of that commercial that plays here in New York City.
Winger.
all right.
it's like when business is booming, you have 3 holes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Doesn't
All
sound too bad, actually.
Yep.
Man.
Yes. So as of now, we have Silverberg, Jarmison, and Smith off the board. All right. Representing the Buffalo Sabres at number 4 is Tom. Go announce it, Tom. Who do you got?
So, with the 4th overall pick, the Buffalo Sabres are proud to give to the Seattle Kraken right wing Tage Thompson.
All right.
I kind of feel like you'd be a gay person back in the 1700s.
Yeah, he does sound like sounds like a gay hippie. That's what you sound like.
Hey, at least
It is
I'm following.
The Seattle Kraken will select. Okay, anyways, go ahead.
All right. Number 5 is Sean representing the Calgary Flames. Go ahead, Calgary.
All right, so from the Calgary Flames, the Seattle Kraken will be taking center Byron Froese.
All right. Byron Froese to the Seattle Kraken from Calgary. All right. With the 6th pick belongs to Adam Fitzgerald, representing the Carolina Hurricanes.
With the 6th overall pick in the Seattle Kraken fucking expansion draft, they would take Jordan Staal.
All right, Jordan Staal going to the Seattle Kraken from the Carolina Hurricanes. And just so you know, Adam was high as fuck when he did his teams yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, you know what? I took one pick back. Because it was a dumb pick and I didn't want to fuck Philadelphia that bad.
Don't feel bad. I took one back earlier today, too.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on.
Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, moving on.
Hey, Bobby, you still there, bro?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wow. I think Bobby's internet is ready to just own him.
That is so fucking creepy. Stop doing that.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Stop it.
His Wi-Fi must have gave way too.
Yeah, seriously.
Good grief, man. Why does our internet suck? Why does our internet suck tonight?
What
In
is
the world?
happening?
Dude, mine was off most of the night yesterday. I ended up getting an email early in the afternoon. They said, well, your internet's going to be out between like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and I didn't even get back till like 1 o'clock this morning. But at least I know my Wi-Fi is good because I put a brand new router and ran all new wiring the other day. So I know I'm fairly in good shape with that. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bobby.
Oh my God, will you stop doing this? Creep me out.
This is how it is.
Apple.
Again, okay.
All right.
Stitch, shut the fuck up so I can do this. All right.
Was it me?
Yeah,
No.
you too. Shut the fuck up so I can say my pick. All right. Anyway.
Wow, okay.
So,
The internet goes out, now you're an asshole. Okay.
I have the Seattle, with the 7th pick from Orov.
All right, you're back.
All right. So next up, representing the Colorado Avalanche is Andy.
We didn't even get your pick. You froze again.
Yeah, we didn't hear yours.
Wait, mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, you froze again when you were saying it.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Because shut the fuck up so I can tell these people. Anyway. Jesus, he's fucking annoying me right now. So
Jesus Christ.
yeah, but anyway, what I said was before the lagging went off, I said with the 7th pick from the Chicago Blackhawks, the Seattle Kraken select defenseman Nikita Zadorov. That's what I said.
Interesting pick.
That's a dumb pick. You fucking idiot.
That's the guy who picked Claude Giroux.
Yeah, I didn't actually. I took it back.
All right, well, we'll reveal that pick later. Anyway, next up, representing the Colorado Avalanche is Andy. Go ahead. Read your throat cancer voice.
Anyway, the Seattle Kraken select from the Colorado Avalanche defense man Ryan Graves.
Ryan Graves to the Seattle Kraken from the Colorado Avalanche. All right, Andy is back on the clock at number 9 with the Columbus Blue Jackets. Andy, you're back on the clock.
Back on the clock again. We have for the Seattle Kraken from Columbus defenseman Gabriel Carlson.
All right, Gabriel Carlson to the Seattle Kraken from Columbus. All right, Tom, you have the 10th pick, which is represented by the Dallas Stars.
Yes.
Go ahead, Dallas.
With the 10th pick of the expansion draft, the Seattle Kraken are proud to select left wing Denis Gurianov from Dallas.
Denis Gurianov from the Dallas Stars. All right. All right, so the next one up is the Detroit Red Wings at 11. Sean, you're up.
All right. From the Detroit Red Wings, at the 11th pick, the Seattle Kraken will be taking right wing Bobby Ryan.
Bobby Ryan to the Seattle Kraken at number 11. All right, next up is throat cancer Fitzgerald, the Edmonton Oilers at number 12.
Well, the Edmonton Oilers are going to take nobody that's like 30 plus years old. He's a center. His name is Kyle Turris.
All right, Kyle Turris to the Seattle Kraken. All right, with the 13th pick is the Florida Panthers. Tom is back on the clock.
With the 13th pick of the expansion draft, the Seattle Kraken are proud to select goalie Chris Dreger.
Chris Drager to the Florida Panthers to the Seattle Kraken. All right, Adam Fitzgerald is back on the clock at 14, representing the LA Kings.
Well, I'll follow you up on your fucking goalie fucking thing, and I'll be like, the number 14th pick will be Mr. Jonathan Quick of the LA Kings will be selected at number 14.
All right, so Jonathan Quick to the Seattle Kraken from the LA Kings. All right, representing the Minnesota Wild at number 15 is Sean O'Malley. Go for it.
All right. So, with the 15th pick, the Seattle Kraken will be taking from the Minnesota Wild right wing Will Bitton.
All right, Will Bitton to the Seattle Kraken from the Minnesota Wild. Next up at 16 is the Montreal Canadiens, represented by Tom. Montreal, take it away.
With the 16th pick of the expansion draft, the Seattle Kraken, courtesy of the Ginger Hammer, decided to select defenseman Xavier.
Yeah, the Ginger Hammer. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, who did you pick?
Xavier Ouellet, defense out of the Habs.
All right, from the Montreal Canadiens, Xavier Ouellet. All right, you're back on the clock again, Tom, at number 17, representing the Nashville Predators.
So then with the 17th pick of the expansion draft, the Ginger Hammer and the Seattle Kraken have decided to select center Matt Duchene.
Matt Duchene, all right. So
It's really hard not to laugh when you say Ginger Hammer.
I am the Ginger
because
Hammer.
by that point, he's only just making fun of himself. So I think
No, but it's still funny. The Ginger Hammer has laid the hammer down. This is what we're
It could
doing.
be worse. Could be like 2 Fridays ago when I had to go to a work site on the east side and some guy decided to whip it out at like 11 o'clock in the morning, all high as fuck.
So you got his Ginger
I
Hammer.
don't need to see that early in the morning, if not ever.
Got to
God,
be his
Tom, what?
hammer, all right.
What? All right.
I had to see your ginger hammer.
the Ginger Hammer bubble.
Oh man,
That's funny.
that is some dude smoking a pipe earlier. I'm like, man, I haven't seen that in a while. Just
A
walking
pipe.
down the
That's got
sidewalk.
to be new.
Dude smoking like an old style pipe, like pipe tobacco. I'm like, damn, I haven't seen that in a while.
Right.
Moving on.
All right, moving on. At number 18, which I come back in, I am representing the New Jersey Devils. So with the 18th pick from the New Jersey Devils, I have the Seattle Kraken selecting defenseman Ryan Murray. There you have it. And then this is Adam's wet dream. And I am representing the New York Islanders because I am the only guy from Long Island on the show, so I'm getting this honor. So from the New York Islanders at pick number 19, the Seattle Kraken will select defenseman Sebastian Aho.
Such a dumb pick.
Well, fuck you, because you did worse than me. All right, so moving on. At pick number 20 is represented by Sean, the New York Rangers.
All right. With the 20th pick, the Seattle Kraken will be taking from the New York Rangers right wing Kevin Rooney.
Kevin Rooney to the Seattle Kraken from the New York Rangers. And a quick update, it's 2-1 Canadians in the middle of the second period.
Oh, bye, Vegas.
Well, it's not over yet. It's still got a lot of time. Anyway,
Oh, bye, Vegas.
we'll see. All right, coming up at number 21, representing the Ottawa Senators, is Andy.
We represent the Lollipop King, Lollipop King, Lollipop King. The Ottawa Senators proudly select. The Seattle Kraken finally select. Again, enough.
Evgeny Dandinov to the Ottawa Senators at 21. All right, next up belongs to Adam representing the Philadelphia Flyers.
Okay, so I proudly select, but I originally selected a pick that I shouldn't have, and I kind of felt bad for the Philadelphia Flyers if they actually didn't protect this guy. So originally I selected Claude Giroux, which was a dumb choice, and I was really high. I really apologize for that. But I decided to switch my pick and go to Brian Elliott.
All right, Brian Elliott to the Seattle Kraken from the Philadelphia Flyers. All right, representing the Pittsburgh Penguins at 23 is Adam. You're back on the clock.
Well, I'll go back to it again and be like, I'm sick of these old fucks that think they're hot shit and think they're not going to get. I'm going to get protected because I'm Jeff Carter. Well, I present to you Jeff Carter. You can take him and shove him directly at your ass.
All right, Jeff Carter from Pittsburgh to Seattle. All right, pick number 24 goes to Andy, representing the St. Louis Blues.
The Seattle Kraken select Vladimir Tarasenko.
Oh my God, that was boring.
Oh,
You're boring.
I just did the Tim Murray. I just did the Tim Murray. Come on.
No, you're supposed to be like America. Who are after America?
I just
Pretty
did
sure
the
Tim Murray is Canadian. Whatever. Okay, so
Hey. Do you not see how he used to draft people?
No, you can't say A. Nobody says A in Canada, by the way. Nobody.
Yeah.
That's not true. That's not true. I've met people who say A who are from Canada.
Oh yeah, it was
They're fucking retarded.
Yeah, so are you saying you're the R word? Because you've said it before.
I'm just saying they were borderline have issues mentally, and they should be checked because I haven't met anybody in Canada that says A.
Yeah.
You.
Unless they're like French and they don't know how to speak English, and like, yeah, I speak the English. I speak English good.
Okay then. Alrighty. So at pick number 25 is the San Jose Sharks, and I am representing them here. So with pick number 25 from the San Jose Sharks, I have the Seattle Kraken selecting defenseman Radim Simek. There you go.
Nobody knows who that is, but yeah, go ahead.
Doesn't matter. He was exposed. Anyway, so representing the defending Stanley Cup champions from 2020, the Tampa Bay Lightning, is Tom.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I was a total dumbass with my original pick at 26. Because originally I was actually, even though I wasn't high, I was probably higher than Adam, and I ended up selecting Nikita Kucherov originally. Then today, then today I finally came to my senses, and I decided to go with center Anthony Cirelli.
Anthony Cirelli to the Seattle Kraken at 26. Next up is the best for last for Adam, the Toronto Maple Leafs at 27. Take it away.
Well, at 27th, I'd like to produce a very mediocre, underproducing player that is overrated as fuck. He came from Colorado. Everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows that he's really fucking shitty. And he skates well, but that's all he does. He doesn't know how to use the stick. At 27th, I'm going to give up Alex Kerfoot.
All right, Alex Kerfoot to the Seattle Kraken from the Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, with my last pick at number 28, I'm representing the Vancouver Canucks. Now, with this pick, I had to switch this up a little bit because I was beyond the board expectations because I didn't want to go over, so I went under on this. My original pick was Brayton Holtby, so I'm going to retweak my original choice, and I'm going with this one. So at number 28, from the Vancouver Canucks, the Seattle Kraken will select left winger Tyler Mott. So there you go. All right. Next up is Andy at 29, the Washington Capitals. Take it away.
The Seattle Kraken from the Washington Capitals.
Oh my God, it's so fucking creepy.
What the fuck was that?
It's so creepy.
Dude, that's almost worse than watching Bride with Chuck.
I feel like I feel like there's somebody watching me when you talk like
Oh my god.
that. No,
Oh god,
just
you
don't.
just gave me a flashback to that song by Maxwell and Michael Jackson. It's like I feel like somebody's watching me, and there ain't no privacy.
Alright.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, that's freaking creepy.
No. No. No, fuck
Number
off.
30.
I'm
Who's
serious.
got number 30?
Fucking...
Sound like freaking Bobby's World, man. What in the world?
I'm right here, douchebag.
Have you not heard of the? You know what? Never mind.
Mandel was the voice of Bobby on Bobby's World.
You know that show, Bobby's World? That was on PBS Kids many, many years ago. That show?
I kind
Oh,
of
it
feel
was-
like Bobby
It was on Fox
masturbating.
Kids. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there was a show called Bobby's World on PBS Kids 20 years ago.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I just said that.
Yeah, I was Mandel was the voice of Bobby's World when he actually had hair.
Right?
Yeah, look who's talking. Tom has no fucking
Honestly-
hair. It's like his hairline's back here.
Honestly, I didn't even know that was Howie Mandel. Holy crap! I had no idea.
Yes.
Then he had his own show, the Howie Mandel Show, and he ended up voicing Bobby again.
Well, anyway, Andy, who was 29? Who was 29 from Washington? Ilya Samsonov. Okay. But thank
Oh my
God.
god.
Thank
I'm
God.
literally gonna have fucking nightmares tonight. Fuck off. Oh my god.
Wow.
This is fucking creepy as fuck. I'm way too stoned for this.
Alrighty.
Oh my
That
god.
should be the-
Dude, Bobby, shut up.
That wasn't me. I wasn't even
I
talking.
know it's not you. I'm talking about the Bobby's World imposter.
Oh God, fuck me.
Okay, number 30. Let's go.
Yeah.
What comes around goes around.
What goes
Okay.
around comes around, you mean? You fucking dumbass?
All right.
Anyway, all right,
What
30th
comes
and final
around-
pick.
Yeah, what comes around goes
All
around.
right, the 30th
All right.
and final pick belongs to me.
Yeah.
So, with the final pick in this expansion draft from the Winnipeg Jets, the Seattle Kraken will be taking right wing Mason Appleton.
All right, Mason Appleton to the Seattle Kraken from the Winnipeg Jets. So, Tom, you have the final results on the board.
Yep. They're all up.
Take a good look, guys. So you could see Silverberg, Jarmison, Smith, Thompson, Froze, Stahl, Zadorov, Graves, Carlson, Gurianov, Ryan, Torres, Drieger, Quick, Binton, Ouellette, Duchesne, Murray, Aho, Rooney, Dandanov, Elliott, Carter, Tarasenko, Seamek, Sorelli, Kerfoot, Mott, Samsonov, and Appleton. So now that we did the full-on expansion draft, I'm going to go around the table. Tom, what do you think of the mock draft?
I mean, it's always fun to do these because it could go in so many different ways. I actually do like that Zadorov pick that came in at number 7 because, I mean, when Nikita Zadorov originally played with the Sabres, I mean, I actually didn't mind him really at all. I mean, he was one of those guys that could get in and really throw the body around a little bit. I definitely think that taking Tarasenko is going to be nice on the right wing. I do like the tandem of Dredger and Jonathan Quick, actually. I think that'll be nice. Samsonov is also a nice goaltender to have in there. And I do think, it kind of reminds me of what happened with Vegas when they drafted. I mean, I don't think this is as good of a draft, like at least, mock-wise, what we had with Vegas, but still, I mean, it's not a bad start. My concern is the news today that Dave Hackstall is going to be the freaking coach.
Oh, God. Dave Hackstall.
I'm like, Seattle, what the hell are you thinking taking Dave freaking Hackstall.
That's just lovely. Over guys like Bruce Boudreau, John Tortorella, and Rick Tocchet.
Yeah, seriously. Hey, Adam, did you slip Ron Francis some weed or something?
No, but you know what? I'll just say this. Congratulations, Seattle Kraken. You get past a fucking team, a good team, a fucking team that can actually win, just like Vegas. And you're welcome. You know, you take all the fucking players we can't have, and you get it for free. And congratulations, USA. You get another fucking team, and Canada sits back here with 7 teams still. So go fuck yourselves. I don't agree with this expansion draft at all. I kind of feel like it should have been a Canadian team. I still think that another Seattle Kraken fucking market with the team is bullshit. I literally think it's absolute bullshit. You know what? You're welcome for another fucking team that you can wreck a bunch of fucking teams because you fucking feel like you have a bigger hockey market when it's Canada's game. So go fuck yourselves, and go fuck yourself Seattle Kraken, go fuck yourself Vegas Knights, go fuck yourselves USA hockey in general.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel.
Right?
Yeah, that's my fucking point. Opinion and fucking taken. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
All
Look
right.
at this though. I would love to see Quebec City have another team. I absolutely
Quebec Nordiques, they should have came back before the fucking Seattle Kraken. Such bullshit. It's bullshit.
I mean, I loved like back then when the Quebec Nordiques were around because, I mean, there were so many epic rivalries. I mean, the Quebec Nordiques, they hated the Sabres, they hated the Boston Bruins. The Battle of Quebec, Montreal versus Quebec, those were freaking epic games.
Yeah,
I think it's just absolute bullshit that you guys can like take over the game when it's not even your game. It's absolute bullshit.
Wait, can you bring up the roster back up again, Tom, and just leave it there for a little while? Because just want because I still had to go around the table because we still have opinions. Sean, what do you think of the draft order that we just did? Is there a pick you like the best out of all of us in here?
I mean, like I said last night, I don't know any of these guys, so I really can't say who my favorite pick was from here. But overall, it's alright. You know, obviously it's nothing big. You know, it's the first. It's Seattle's first draft and all that stuff. So it is what it is. It's okay. It's okay to me.
All right. Is there a pick that you like the most?
Well, like I said, I really can't say which pick I like the most because again, I don't know any of these guys.
Alrighty then. Andy, what do you think?
I think the Seattle Kraken love lamp and want to do the cha-cha.
What the hell are you going to say?
I'll just say this. I'll say this because I think the best picks out of like as far as it goes, like a good team, like a good start. And obviously, number one, I'd say Jacob Silverberg at Anaheim. That's a really good fucking pick for the Kraken if Anaheim decides to expose them. I think Zadorov is another good pick. Dadonov, another fucking good pick. When it comes to goalies, it's a fucking toss up because I don't think Dreiger, whatever his fucking name is in Florida, is going to be the answer. I don't think they're going to go after him. Aho is another good pick. Kerfoot is a hit or miss. Samsonov is another good goalie. I think is going to be and quick. That's the picks I have that are effective in my mind.
Yeah.
So
I would have to say, like between Quick and Samsonov, I mean that's a pretty good duo right there. And then I mean, Dregger is basically your third guy. I mean, I don't think he cracks the top two on that. I'd have to think, though, between Quick and Samsonov, though, it's a toss-up. I mean, either one could be the starter.
Well, I don't think the Tarasenko pick by Andy is a fucking realistic pick, but
It's very realistic.
it is
With
definitely not.
With
It's
his
definitely-
contract and him being so injury prone, they're gonna toss him. They're gonna expose him. With everybody else they have on that team, he's the odd man out. You look at
another
that
underrated player, dude. Another underrated player in this fucking like in these picks, like that I see is like when I put Jordan Stahl up, I'm like, yeah, he's getting up there. He's old, but he can be like a really good plucking player in that environment with those certain players. I think Jordan Stahl can be a really good pick for them.
probably be the captain.
Yeah, or is it are going to be him or Bobby Ryan that'll be the captain, in my opinion, if it's going by the picks we have.
Did I ask Tom yet?
Yeah, because I
You did?
mentioned Zadorov being a really good selection for them, and then I talked about the goaltending with Quick, Samsonov, and Dredger, basically. I mean, thinking that's a pretty good setup. But I think it's a toss-up between Quick and Samsonov for who gets the nod in net.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
look at the beat kind of defense there. Zadorov and Graves are both over 6'3". I'm sorry, 6'4".
I kind of feel like Ouellette too is a good pick for him too, because Ouellette's a really mobile defenseman, right? And that's something they need right off the hop.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe do like a Ouellette and Aho pairing possibly, and then Zadorov and Graves together. I mean, those could be two realistic combos right there.
without a doubt.
The most dynamic player in this fucking the most dynamic players, two of them, I would say would be Dadonov and fucking Silverberg. If you're gonna fucking pick two players within your team right now, I'd pick two of those.
Yeah.
Right.
If it happens, I mean, that would be a big loss to Ottawa, though.
Yeah, without a doubt. As far as what we've been able to pick up on all the players, I am a big fan of the defense. I mean, literally, look at the system we put together. You have freaking Nikita Zadorov. You have Ryan Graves. You have some depth pieces in Gabriel Carlson. You bring in freaking Ryan Murray, Sebastian Aho, Xavier Ouellette. So you have some experienced guys on there. And on top of all that, you have a really good mesh of goalies, which is no guarantee they'll be franchisers. But I think if there's a goalie that I think that could get the job, it's probably going to be Samsonov because he's the youngest of the three. So I would definitely pick Samsonov to be the starter going forward, and then maybe having Drieger as maybe the backup, and then use Quick as like a trade bait or something like that. That's what I think would be the case. But as far as
the centers, though, look at the centers. The centers are experienced centers.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that they aren't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Torres, Stahl, great combination there.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm a big fan of the pick from Matt. I'm a big fan of Tom's pick at 17 with Matt Duchene because he brings a lot of experience into the league. I mean, he's been on multiple teams already. He knows what it means to be on a competitive team. So, I mean, if they could take Duchene right off the bat, then I think there's no doubt in my mind the Kraken will be very successful. But then again, you also have some veterans that are pretty much in the mix. Like you have Craig Smith, you have Bobby Ryan, you have Vladimir Tarasenko, you have a bunch of players too. You have Dadonov, you have Rooney. I mean, it's a very mixed bag of young players and a mixed bag of veterans. That's just literally how I look at this. But of all the players I think will be the biggest impact player, I think Zadorov will be Seattle's number one defenseman. And I think Matt Duchene will be their best center. And among the wing, I would put Silverberg in there. And I would no doubt put Tarasenko with him.
Oh, dude, I put Dadonov over him any day.
Yeah, and Anthony Cirelli would be a good second line center from Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I mean
Silverberg, Duchene, and Tarasenko.
It's really a good fucking starting lineup, man. You don't want much better than that.
Right.
Yeah,
Silverberg,
Yep. Silverberg.
Tarasenko and Duchesne on the first line. Silverberg, Duchesne, Tarasenko. Second line, you'll have we'll go with Stahl,
Yep.
Ariana, and Dednoff.
And then Jeff Carter centers the third.
Mhm.
Carter on the third, with Sorelli on the left, and Craig Smith on the right.
And then you have either fucking Call Tourist or you have Alex Kerfoot, the fucking center of the board.
Yeah. I was gonna say this, and I want you all on to be honest as possible, if you can, and it's perfectly fine if you're wrong on it. I want to go around the table. Adam, of all the picks on here, which one do you realistically think could be exposed that actually could be a landing spot for the Kraken of all these players that are available?
All these players, like all the ones we picked.
Of all the ones we picked on here, which one do you think would have the best shot to be to actually get picked in real life, if you, in your opinion?
Fuck. I'm gonna say Call Tourist.
First. Okay. What about you, Sean? Of all these players, who do you think realistically could go to the Kraken? There's no right or wrong in this. This is your opinion exclusively.
Realistically, I mean, I would say Byron Froese.
Byron Froese? It's possible.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Andy? Which one do you think is possible for you as a real pick?
Actually, I have two real picks, and I think it's both goalies, Samsonov and Drager.
I don't think Samsonov gets taken, but it could be wrong.
Oh, I'll tell you what, if he's going to be exposed. You can only keep one goalie. Vanacek played a lot better than Samsonov.
I don't know.
I think he'll be exposed, and they'll not pass up on a young goalie like Samsonov. He's only 23, 24 years old.
Dude, they have to pick one, and like Andy said, you have to pick one that's better and one that's performing better. So, it's not a long shot, anyways.
Yeah. What about you, Tom? Who do you think realistically would be on the Seattle Kraken expansion that we can actually see within a month from now when we do the live show?
I would probably say Anthony Cirelli out of Tampa, because Tampa's built. I mean, they have so much depth in every single spot on their team. They have so much depth in their set. They have a lot of center depth. They have a ton of right wing depth, left wing depth. Their expansion. Their farm system has a ton of depth to it. Defensively, they're good. I mean, literally, they could expose Cirelli and they won't even have to worry about it. I mean, it's not like one of those things where they're in like severe cap hell or anything like that. It's just Tampa's built. I mean, they're one of the deepest teams in the league. So, I mean, they could just expose them and not even have to worry about it.
You know what? I'll take back my fucking pick. I kind of feel like if they were going for someone, I feel like it's going to be like a Jordan as a captain. That I feel like Jordan Stahl would be that guy.
Wait, can you repeat that? You were lagging.
I think that like they would take Jordan Stahl as like a captain type guy.
So you think Jordan Stahl would be the realistic possibility over Kyle Turris?
Yes.
Okay. Well, for me, I have three. One being is obviously I'm picking Nikita Zadorov because I think he's the most realistic pick by Chicago to go in this expansion draft. He brings a lot of grit. He's a big body defenseman. No doubt I would take him in a heartbeat. The second one I'm going to say is Sean's pick at 30 with Mason Appleton. I think he's a likely pick for the Jets to go to the Kraken in the end of July. And then the last one, what did I say? Zadorov and then Appleton. I'm going to say the last pick, I'm going to say Craig Smith out of Boston. And this is Andy's pick. So I think Craig Smith will bring a lot of veteran presence, and he has 2 years left on his contract till 2023. So he could be a good fit for the Kraken. And you know what? They're going to want some youth, and I think he would be a perfect guy to go to for anything. That's just my opinion.
We're picking three players, or are picking one?
You're right. Andy picked 2, so I said let me top it up with 3.
Oh,
Okay, well, I'm gonna pick 2 more players then. I'll pick 2 more players that I think
Okay.
is a legit thing.
Go ahead.
So I'll go Jordan Stahl just because it makes sense because I feel like he's a captain kind of guy. I'll take Hjalmarsson because I feel like he's a good fit. And oh god, you know what? I'm kind of spent between Jeff Carter and fucking Jordan Stahl.
You said Jordan Stahl twice.
No, I'm kind of like stuck between Jeff Carter and Jordan Stahl.
gotcha. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
If I was to pick between Stahl and Carter, I would have to say, oh, fuck. You know, I'd have to take Jordan Stahl, and then I'd go with Aho being a good defenseman to have on the back end, and oh god, I'd go. You want to start your franchise off right? I'd go with Quick, just to have that veteran presence in play. You can put everything around him, right? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anybody else want to add more players?
I definitely don't disagree with what he was saying. I mean, and actually, to build off of the point of Nikita Zadorov earlier, I mean, he's a guy that I wish that Buffalo would have not gotten rid of because, I mean, he would have been a great defensive presence, and I really liked what he was doing, especially in his rookie year and especially as he started coming up. The fun thing is, though, Nikita Zadorov now, he's a young veteran. I mean, he hasn't been in the league a super long time, but he's been around long enough to where he can help some of the younger kids that come up, especially through the draft. So it's something where, I mean, big body defenseman, he's someone that you want to have, especially that's not afraid to go in and physically pound people in the corner and battle for the puck. And that's one of the big things, especially when Vegas came into the league. That's one of the things that they were really good at. They know how to dominate the puck and they can handle the puck possession correctly on the right side. So when you get to that point where you can dominate the puck possession and you can control the flow of the game, that 9 times out of 10 you're going to win. And so, I mean, having Zadorov as part of that's going to be great. Xavier Ouellet would be another one I would throw in as a second player, veteran defenseman, but again, a younger guy. He could absolutely make some damage there. Jarmelson, I mean, same thing. So, I mean, realistically, this draft could go in a million different ways, but I've always liked Zadorov for a lot of different reasons.
Right. So, what would you guys, and I'm going to go through the circle again. What would you rate this draft from A to F? What would you rate? Oh, actually, no. 1 out of 10. What would you rate it? So, I'm going to start with Sean.
Honestly, I'd say 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 out of 10. Okay. Andy?
Yeah.
An 8? I think that's what I heard him say, an 8. Okay. What about you, Adam?
I'd say that, like, oh god, it has the veteran presence. It has young players. It has young goalies. It has. I'm gonna say, like, oh fuck, you can't. At this point, I feel like you can't have a better fucking draft right now when it comes to like a team that you can get from nothing. So I'm gonna say like an 8.5.
An 8.5. What about you, Tom?
I'd go 8 out of 10. I really like the balance between the veterans and the youth. I mean, it's not skewed one way or the other. I mean, you've got a really good mix of players that are established. You got some younger players in there that are ready to make an impact. I mean, I think it's a pretty good draft. I don't think it's necessarily as strong as when Vegas came into the league a couple years ago, but it's right up there. It's definitely not a shit draft by any means, like what we saw with San Jose and Tampa when they first came into the league. Nashville sucked when they came into the league. Florida sucked when they came into the league. And so with the changes that the NHL has made over the last several years, especially with the Vegas draft, this is going to be right up there. So I think it's a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's absolutely a good starting point, good roster start.
Yeah,
Dude,
for me,
there's so many fucking players. There's if this happens tomorrow, it's like, my God, Seattle Kraken has a fucking bomb ass team right off the hop, because you have the perfect mix of uh, younger players, and not just like bullshit younger players. You have like players that are seasoned and they played fucking 3-4 years in the fucking league. Plus, you have a defense. That's the number one thing I look at. I was like, oh my God, look at the defense. You have Zadorov, you have fucking Ouellette, you have a 1-2 tandem that could do damage easily. Plus, you have a bunch of fucking goalies that you could pick from, even if it doesn't happen that way. But you have veteran goalies, you have veteran centers, you have veteran fucking D. Plus, you have wingers that are fucking so good that it's, to me, like, I'm being nice at an 8.5. I kind of feel like this is like a 9 team. I feel like that if this was Vegas, they'd be a lot better than what they are right now.
yeah, I would say though, I really like the defensive core that we put together. I'm also a big fan of the whole mixture of younger players and veterans that kind of just mesh them in together. I'm a big fan of the goaltending trio, and I'm a really big fan of the defense. I mean, obviously, I've already stated this before, but I really like the acquisition of Zadorov. I really like the acquisition of that I put up with Aho. Murray could be a good depth defenseman, and you have some good veteran presence on the defensive back too. You have Niklas Jarmerson, you have Ryan Graves. So the Kraken are basically set with a mesh of good defensemen. So that's two pairs of basically of double digits of fourth line pairs. You have a pair on the top line, you have a pair on the second line, and you have a pair on the third line, and you have a pair on the fourth line. So they all mesh together really, really well. That's what I think was really specified about this draft in particular. So, because honestly, I think we can all agree, specifically me, I had a really hard time picking who I wanted to expose between the Devils and the Islanders as far as like defensemen. But I was at the end of the day, though, I am pretty satisfied with what I was able to come up with.
Yeah, when I was going through and picking for the teams I had, I mean, probably the toughest team for me was Tampa, because they are so good in all the way around. As like, who do you want to expose? Like, what is the lesser of the evils, basically? And it's just, that was one of those where, and Bobby can tell you this. We were on the phone for a while yesterday, and Tampa, it was probably the longest amount of time I took to pick the players. I mean, everybody else I had a relatively decent idea, but Tampa, they're just so good all the way around. But I also want to say, take a look at the center position. They're stacked. I mean, Matt Duchene, if that happens. I mean, you have Jordan Stahl, Jeff Carter, Sorelli, Kerfoot. I mean, Byron.
These are all my picks. By the way, Sean,
quality centers.
Those are all my picks. Those are all my picks.
Right.
Jeff Carter,
Really,
Kerfoot.
I mean, there's so much you can do with them. I mean, literally, any one of them are, like, for the most part, are all top line centers. You easily have 4 lines that you can easily work with, and then you have plug and play for depth. I mean that's a great thing to have. Thinking about the captain, I would probably go, if it works out, I'd say either Jordan Stahl or Matt Duchene.
You know what? I looked at the team and I was like, you know what? I was like, the first thing that Seattle Kraken needs, they need like veteran presence. They need the point where they don't have to. You can build your team around veterans, and you can build your team around a goalie, but you can't build your team around a bunch of rookies that don't know what the fuck they're doing. So when I was making my picks, like when it came to Carolina, it was Jordan Stahl, which was, to me, it's a good pick. It's a center. He can do whatever needs to be done. Plus, he can lead young players. He can do whatever. And then when it came down to Jeff Carter, another no-brainer to me. Like, guy's getting old, but he can still fucking have 1 or 2 years, maybe 3 years left in him. And Alexander Kerfoot, same thing. Plays hard. He's not a super veteran, but he's at the point where he can play. If you look at all those picks, I picked centers on all those. And the reason I picked centers on all those, because everybody looks to a center. They always look to the center to fucking know what's going on. They always look to like lead the play.
Yeah, that's a very true
Right.
point. They're basically captaining the line, whichever line they're on, and that's
Even
what
when
they're saying.
even when
What side you're on.
even when they're not the captain, man, that's what they do. They lead the line.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
direct the play.
I actually just realized of all of my picks, except for the last one for Vancouver, were all defensemen. Because I'm a big fan of defensemen specifically. Because if you're gonna win hockey games, you need to have a good pairing of shutting down defensemen, and you need a good pairing of offensive defensemen. So that's why I had a hard time picking who I wanted to expose for Seattle. So not for Seattle. For Arizona, I had a really hard time picking between what was his name? Kyle Capobianco. I was going to expose him, but I left him protected. So I said, all right, let me go find who else I could take out. And then, of course, I kind of pretty much went with a no-brainer. And I said, well, I don't want to overflow the draft with too many wingers. We have too many on the right wing. So I said, let me go out for some defensemen. And sure enough, I went with Nicholas Chalmerson. Chicago, that was pretty easy for me. Chicago, I knew right there they were going to expose the defenseman. So I thought Zadorov was probably the best fit for the Kraken in this expansion draft, at least from what my perspective was. And like I mentioned earlier, I had a really hard time picking between the Devils and the Islanders. I think between the two teams, I think the Devils were the hardest because the Devils didn't really have a lot for me to choose from, specifically with defensemen, because they were so stacked on offensive players. It's like, well, what else am I supposed to get out of this? And sure enough, I went with the weakest link, and I went with Ryan Murray. And plus, he's a UFA. So if the Kraken, for some reason, really like him, they can always talk to him. At 19, I was originally going to say Kiefer Bellows. And then I said, you know what? At that point, there would be too many centers. And I know Adam's a big fan of centers. So I figured, get rid of a centerman and bring in another defenseman. And that's how I ended up coming into the conclusion of Sebastian Aho. I almost exposed Nicoletti, but I went with the safer route and the younger player. So I went with Aho on that. And then, of course, from there on out, I picked Seamek, which was probably the most predictable. And Vancouver, my original pick for that was Brayton Holtby, and then it turned out to be Tyler Mott. So that's how I ended up becoming.
Well, it's kind of weird because I went with like two different aspects. I went like center and goalie. If you look at my picks, it's basically centers and it's goalies.
So for me, I only drafted one forward in the entire draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
If you look at Andy's picks, Andy picked he picked defense, and plus he went winger. So like there was a whole different aspect. So Sean picked like winger. He picked what else?
Centerman. Yeah, so
He
let's
picked a
see.
couple centers.
He picked Byron Frost. He picked Bobby Ryan. He picked Ryan. He picked
So
Will
for-
Bitton. That's 3. He picked. Yeah, I'm thinking. He picked. Who else the hell did he pick up? The Rangers with Rooney. I forgot about the Rangers. That's 5. And then Mason Appleton at right wing. So he's probably spent more time on depth, in my opinion, than he did actually adjusting to the line combination. But it's perfectly normal. There's nothing wrong with having extra depth.
Dude, I picked on presence. I picked on like how a team has to start up. So if you look at my picks, like they're all like depth picks. They're all like picks that like a team that's trying to start has to make. So you have your centers, you have your goalies. You build around the goalies and the centers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think in my case, I was a little, I was all over the place with what I ended up doing because I ended up going with the wing, center, defense, and then I also ended up addressing goaltending too. But I think when I ended up making some of the picks, like for example, Tage Thompson, a younger player, but he's going to be able to develop and get some good playing time, and especially if you put him with a center such as like either like a Jordan Stahl or a Matt Duchene or a Jeff Carter, and then let's say you put them with like either like a Gurianov, or if you throw in someone, for example, like Tyler Mott. I mean, it's going to help build some of that line chemistry. And what I wanted to do was to basically kind of look at players that are not so young that they haven't played yet, but I wanted to still put in people that have had experience that can still develop with the veteran presence and still kind of feed off of that. So I think it was just one of those where I wanted to try to balance like basically skill, like the skill positions, and also still balance like with depth and goaltending too.
Yeah. And you know what? I kind of feel like that Bernier fucking Samsonov fucking duo would be like it'd be interesting to watch. I kind of feel like Quick would like start it off, and I don't know, Samsonov would like take over the reins. You know, I kind of feel like Quick would be like that guy to be like, hey, here's how shit goes, and Samsonov would like lead off them. But what better goalie would you want than a two-time Stanley Cup champion to fucking lead your way, right?
Right.
So that's why I picked Quick in the beginning, was because he's such a goalie experience, right?
Yeah.
When I'm gonna be honest, Adam. Sorry. I was gonna say this, Adam. Is that when I first saw that you were gonna pick Quick to expose the Kraken, I honestly thought you were fucking drunk.
No, it was a good pick. It's a good pick.
Yeah, that was just my opinion, of course. But then again, you never know with the Kings. They might protect Quick down the road. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they protected Peterson, but Quick could be exposed. He could be traded. So that's really, it makes a lot of sense when you think about it. But I don't think the Kings would just let him go for nothing.
Dude,
That's just me.
he's 36 years old. Like, the guy is like at the end of his career. I kind of feel like they'd expose him just to bring him into a team to help a younger goalie out, as in like Samsonov, to help him out. That's why I said I expose him. I love Quick. Quick's a great goalie, but he's way past the front.
Right. Yeah, I totally agree with that. It kind of like, you know what this reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the Vegas Golden Knights, how they end up bringing in Marc-Andre Fleury, and then they bring in Robin Lehner. And I mean, with Marc-Andre Fleury, he's at the tail end of his career. I mean, he's going to be done in a couple of years. Robin Lehner still has more years in the tank. So it's something where having that tandem of Marc-Andre Fleury and then having Robin Lehner to feed off of that. I mean, eventually, if Vegas keeps Robin Lehner, he's going to be the number one goaltender eventually. I totally see that going on. So, I mean, it kind of reminds me of that same type of situation.
Right, but Vegas already has, I think, 4 years left of Leonard to go. Because Leonard was going to be a free agent, and he signed a 5-year extension with the Knights. So he's definitely going to be the goalie long term. Because I think Fleury has 1 year left on his contract after the Stanley Cup playoffs. And then, of course, leading up to the Kraken's inaugural season, he has 1 year left on his current deal. That's what I think.
Yeah, and I totally see why Pittsburgh got rid of Marc-Andre Fleury at the time, because, of course, with Matt Murray. But I mean, it's actually, look what happened to Pittsburgh. That didn't pay off as well as they thought.
Yeah, getting rid of Fleury to me was the biggest mistake they ever made. And I know they were feeding off of Murray having a great playoffs, but I mean, in 2016 was Murray, and then 2017 was Fleury. But I think that they should have just kept Fleury for the long term. That's my opinion, of course, but that's just how I felt.
Yeah, same here. I would have rather expected Fleury, honestly.
Yeah. Sean, of the goalies that we picked in this expansion draft, between Chris Driedger, Jonathan Krieger, Ilya Samsonov, or Brian Elliott for that matter, you have 4 goalies. 2 of them are almost in the end of their prime. Which one do you think would have an immediate impact on the Kraken if they're taken?
Immediate impact. I would have to say I'd have to go with Samsonov.
Samsonov? Okay.
Yeah.
And who would you pick as your backup?
Backup, just in case, I would have to go with. Yeah, I go with Jonathan Quick. Is someone's sleeping?
Andy,
Andy.
wake the
Andy,
fuck
wake the fuck up.
mate, wake the fuck up.
I think he's asleep. In fact, I think he's dead.
Holy.
Andy.
That'd be terrible.
Wait, so Sean, you said Samsonov and Quick?
Yeah.
All right. It's not a bad combo. I'll take it.
See, my boy agrees with me. He agrees with me. He's like, yeah, you know what? That makes total sense.
I just muted his snoring.
Oh my god, he actually passed out. Poor guy.
Oh wow.
Didn't he say he wakes up at like 3:30 in the morning or something weird?
Dude, he wakes up at the same time. He's like a paramedic, so he wakes up really early in the morning. He works like 12-hour shifts. So I'm not gonna hate on the guy. He has long days.
We all have those long days,
Yeah.
but
He does good work though.
thank you for your
Yeah.
service.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of long days, I gotta go to bed soon. Still got Prime Week going on.
Ooh,
So
nice.
yeah, just came. I came back from a freaking 10-hour work day. So yeah.
Yeah.
I know-
So
I know- I
I
know
had
the
fun
feeling.
with this.
Yeah,
You had a feeling what?
Yeah, I enjoyed it for real.
Yeah. I had fun with this expansion draft, to be honest with you.
Yep.
yeah. It really
Hey,
that was
hey. Hey, by the way, Sean, if you have
Yeah.
any questions about certain players, man, like I'm your guy. Ask me. I'll fucking tell you anything about any player. If you want to know something, let me know.
Yeah, I'll definitely DM you.
cool.
Yeah, buddy.
All right. Any last words before we get out of here for the night?
Actually, I do. I have something to say to Sean, and that is like Adam with the whole player thing. I would be the same thing. You know, I'm here for you if you ask me for any player, and I'll give you an opinion on him.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll ask any of you guys. You know.
Yeah. absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll get you up
I'll DM.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I'll DM you.
Yeah, and I'm sorry in advance, Sean, that I spam you with Seattle Kraken shit. And I've said it before on the show, and I'll say it again. It's mostly because I'm trying to get you hyped up for not only for the season, but just for the sport of hockey itself.
No, don't apologize, man. Keep spamming it.
Fuck yeah! All right, I'll do it.
For real.
Wish granted. Wish granted.
There you go.
I got plans for you, buddy. I got plans.
Oh my God, Sean, you just fucking released the Kraken. You just released it.
Can you give us a?
Pun intended.
Yeah.
Can you give us a release of the Kraken? Can you give us a release of the Kraken?
Wait, who? Wait, me?
Yeah.
Release the Kraken.
Okay, let me clear my throat for a second here.
There you go, man. Have a
Okay.
drink if you need to.
Do it. Just
Okay.
release the
Or
Kraken.
if you need any.
Release the Kraken.
Yes.
Okay. There you
Liam
go.
Neeson. Release the Kraken.
This is the Kraken.
That's awesome. That was close.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Vegas Golden Knights are going to get put out, so there's that.
Yeah. Oh, just picture this though, man.
It's a conference. It's a conference final games, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, it's on right now. Vegas and Montreal are tied at 2 apiece in the third period for Game 6. If
Oh,
Montreal
boy.
wins, it's on right now. It's on USA.
I know, but I'm just like, is it like Eastern Conference final, or Western Conference? Because they're in
Eastern,
separate
West.
conferences.
North, Eastern, West, Northern, it doesn't matter. It's just like whatever conference before the Stanley Cup Finals, so the conference finals.
Well, I know it's a conference finals. I'm just a little confused. Did they change the playoff thing for this year or something?
Yeah,
I
just
don't
for
know.
this year because of COVID. They pretty much put all the Canadian teams in one basket, and they put the Pacific teams like Las Vegas and LA and all those teams all in the parts of the Western Division on the western part of the United States.
Mhm.
And then all the Central teams are pretty much jabbed in together, and then all the Eastern teams are jabbed in together. And they're all
Nice.
mixed of
Okay.
Western Eastern teams.
Yep.
So
I swear to God. if Vegas doesn't fucking beat Montreal tonight, I'm gonna have to punch myself in the nuts, and I don't want to do that.
Well, if you're gonna do that, can you at least record yourself doing that and explain to the audience?
I will literally punch myself in the nuts, and I will literally record it.
Okay, here, Adam. I have a bet for you. If the Canadians somehow win tonight, you have to explain in the video why you're doing it, and then you do it.
Okay, well, whatever. I'm still punching myself in the fucking nuts. Why does it matter at that point?
Well, at that point, I'm just sitting here thinking, okay.
Oh, Adam's punching himself in the nuts. My God, that's a treat.
Yep. Send out the Canadian bacon in the process.
So in the morning, I'm going to be punching myself in the nuts because the Canadians are going to beat the Vegas Golden Knights today.
Yeah, well, you won't have children, so that's fine.
I have 2 children, actually, so I don't need any more, so I'd love to punch myself in the nuts.
Well, yeah, that too. That's what I'm saying.
Anyways, I'm going to fucking go now, so...
All
right,
guys. Well, thanks for joining us for the mock draft. We all enjoyed it. And just in case if anyone wonders, yeah, some of us were a little higher than others, but it's all good. But yeah, join us next Thursday. Take care of yourselves and each other, everybody. We'll see you next time.
We don't apologize. We don't apologize for being high.